Hello and welcome to PrintPack. My name is Chris Fernando and I'm the editor of PrintPack. And today in this video, we're going to talk to Mr. Jason McMillan, who is the sales director at Epson Middle East. We'll be talking about the COVID-19 impact on businesses in this region, the opportunities for diversification and monetization, new markets that you can look out for, and the right way to hit the reset button for business continuity. So Jason, thanks for joining us in this video. Let's start with a brief on the COVID-19 pandemic. How has that affected your business?
Well, I think we can all admit that we've been through some fairly unprecedented times with the requirement to adjust every part of our life, not only just in terms of the way we live, but the way we work. And Epson has taken this challenge, and at first and foremost, in the early parts of the pandemic, we needed to reassure our customers, partners, and employees of the fact that we're still open for business and that we will take the consideration of the well-being of our employees and partners and customers to heart, and figure business solutions and ways in which we can ensure that our offices are available and the people of our offices are available to those customers and partners. We set up various different online mediums in terms of VC or contact systems for our partners and customers. We looked at our manufacturing globally and the stock locations that we have across the world in terms of making sure that we can shorten the supply chain as much as possible to make products available to customers at the time when they need it and in the location that they need it. We were all aware of the challenges of logistics in the early parts, and our supply chain team worked tirelessly to ensure that we could get product to market within the shortest frame of time. We can be rest assured that with the challenges of product shortages, we've kept them to a minimum within the region, and our warehouse in Jebel Ali has been a key pillar in ensuring that we have availability close to the market.
So what were the key learnings from this pandemic?
The key learnings from this part of the pandemic was the changing way that customers have evolved in terms of interacting and procuring and engaging with technology. We saw that as the pandemic first hit, how customers and partners became very much more aware in terms of the ecological aspects of technology. We were actually in the process of starting a survey of customers globally, and in this part of the world, we saw that 94% of the respondents believing that environmental and social impact will become more important in the post-COVID-19 world. Millennials have become a larger part of the workforce in the region, and they too share that importance of social aspects, social issues, and environmental aspects in terms of product that they use and the green economy of the future, and how organizations and products need to be more sustainable, not only just in terms of the way they're produced, but also in the way that they are disposed of.
Did you come across any new or innovative opportunities for diversification and monetization?
Yes, and one of the most important opportunities that evolved from the COVID-19, and certainly in the initial stages, was the requirement for innovative solutions within the home, for homeschooling, for home work, as well as for remote learning and remote communication. In the study which I previously mentioned, we found that 40% of the respondents with children in education said that they didn't have access to the right type of printing solution. Right, 70% of them saying that they were unable to print the homeschool media. This, of course, was an opportunity for the Epson EcoTank product portfolio because the Epson EcoTank is able to offer customers up to 14,000 pages in the box. And at only 2 fills or 2 halalas per page, right? It certainly was the most ecological and the most cost-effective solution that customers would have access to. And we saw a tremendous amount of increase in our online procurement of printers during the early stages of COVID-19. Interestingly enough, though, up to 80% of the customers that we interviewed during our study say that even today that they still have students and children studying remotely, and how important having access to a printing solution is of significant importance. Only just in embedding how important it is to have an ecological and cost-effective solution at home.
Tell us about the ways through which businesses can reshape by hitting the reset button in this situation.
The clear requirement for customers today, and any business owner in the post-COVID-19 world and in terms of the restart, is looking at cost. Where can we strip out cost in our businesses? How can we become more efficient in the way that we operate? And one of the small changes that we can make, which has a really large impact, is even if we just look at the technology that we use in printing. In our recent study, we are able to save about $3.6 million every year in the UAE in Saudi Arabia if customers switched from laser technology to our Epson business inkjet technology. Our heat-free Epson inkjet technology saves up to 95% of power consumption, right, and reduces CO2 emissions. And this is certainly one way in which customers can really cut down their printing costs and really ensure that they are savings, not only just in the visible printing cost, but also in the power consumption of those printing devices within their business. As I said, the $3.6 million of savings, can you imagine if businesses reinvested that into job creation, business solutions, and other areas to be able to restart their business and grow their business in this new world.
What sort of dialogues have you had with your employees, partners, clients about the way forward?
Well, the way forward has really been about communication. And we spent a number of hours talking to our employees, our partners, and our customers about the importance of our printing solutions, our visual solutions, as well as other areas of automation with our robotics. Now, if you take the printing solution aspect, we sell about 100 million printers worldwide every year. And part of that supply chain of printers globally, we've looked at and designed our products with the Epson heat-free inkjet technology to save customers money, not only just in terms of the use of the product over its lifetime, but also ensuring that the sustainability aspects of those printers are addressed. In the view of the post-COVID-19 era, and you see in terms of the way that customers are procuring products, the boost in terms of online procurement in this post-COVID-19. People are looking for innovative ways in terms of being able to buy solutions, all right? We've looked at expanding our product portfolios with dye sublimation printing, with home cinema solutions, as well as being able to provide remote services to our printers.
Have you seen any new markets that have opened up during this pandemic period?
Yes, there are a number of new markets that opened in the post-pandemic world. As I was alluding to earlier about the online e-commerce world in the Middle East. And if you talk to many of the online players, there was a significant increase in terms of online transactions post-COVID. We've all learned to use these online tools in our everyday lives in terms of not only just about IT procurement and technology procurement, but also many other daily services that we require. And within these additional increase in e-commerce, one of the things that we saw coming out of it was the requirement for point of sale printers, as these online organizations started to expand and the requirement for deliveries and customized deliveries was growing, right? We saw a really big increase in terms of our color label printers and our color label printing solutions. With the online deliveries needing to have customized labels and differentiated invoicing, we only see that there was a real big increase in this area of the business.
What sort of growth has the packaging industry seen over the last couple of months, especially when we've seen a growth in the online deliveries and e-commerce sector as well?
Well, in terms of the packaging industry, Epson has really played a role more in the packaging proofing area of the market. And the packaging proofing part of the market has grown substantially over the past couple of years. And in that proofing environment, the requirement has really been for the ability to print white. And white, with our white pigment ink, as well as our white metallic eco-solvent inks, right, in that mock-up creation, has been an important part of the delivery to that industry. Now, with the rise in customized e-commerce over the past couple of months, as I spoke about in the previous question, the digital label industry has grown substantially, and our technology has enabled those customers to get a cost-effective digital printing solution, all right, in color that is not only cost-effective but extremely reliable as well.
What is the scenario of the printing industry, especially in this market? Have you seen any major diversification into other areas from major players in this industry?
I think let's talk about the printing sector. The one aspect that we did see out of this new world has been the requirement for tank-based printing. As customers require lower intervention printing, and they require lower intervention in terms of cartridge replacements and things like that, the ink tank businesses segment has grown substantially. And Epson, during this period, actually surpassed 50 million eco tanks sold globally. And as the pioneer of the eco tank and ink tank industry in printing, we have seen a significant demand for these printers globally. And if we look at even at the Middle East, the customer feedback that we've had is that customers see the aspect of tank-based printing only going to become more important as we go back to the office. In many offices today, we've got very much a centralized printing environment, and now users are talking about, well, when we go back to the office, we want lower intervention, we want contactless printing, and with Epson Print Admin, you're able to give that to the user via a badge or a card system. The user is able to reduce the amount of contact with the printer, as well as being able to ensure that that contact is for only their print jobs. So you don't have papers lying on the office, which could potentially be a health hazard or an area of spread. So this enables them to access the printer, print the job, and move away. The Epson Connect application has grown as well in terms of being able to print from anywhere. Each printer can have its own unique email address, and enabling the user to be able to print from anywhere and print from any device as well, from your phone, from your tablet, from your notebook. The Epson Remote Service application, which I spoke about earlier, is enabling us to reduce the amount of interventions of service agents to the printing fleet. And then the other aspect, which I think is extremely important, is the aspect of the paperless office. As we've seen quite publicly announced by the government in the UAE that they want to move to this paperless environment, has only enabled us to be able to become more relevant in terms of the scanning devices, in terms of that digital on-ramp of media and paper into their environment. And then, once they've been able to digitize all of the content, what the organizations require is that we give them the most cost-effective, most environmentally friendly digital off-ramp in the printer, using the Epson EcoTank technology, or our business printing tank printers as well. So the paperless is definitely a thing of the future, but we've definitely been able to provide the on-ramp and the off-ramp in the most sustainable manner.
Can you tell us how Epson's products and solutions can help your customers diversify into other areas for business continuity?
Sure. I think the most important aspect is to look at our large format business. And if you see the solutions that we're going to introduce over the coming months, I think customers will see some really innovative ways of being able to further their businesses, and also being able to grow their businesses. First being our UV flatbed SureColor V7000. This printing device, being a flatbed, will enable customers to be able to print directly onto a variety of different substrates, including acrylics, polycarbonates, PVC, aluminium, metal, polyester, foam boards, and many other substrates. Now, this obviously greatly expands the aspect for customers in terms of what they're able to print onto, the types of billboards, promotional materials that they can produce in-house of a flatbed device. Adding to that, we're also introducing our first resin-based ink product with our R5000. Now, this product, being a resin-based printer, is going to expand our capabilities in terms of being able to print in 6 colors, in 6-color ultra chrome ink sets. And as the resin based printing that we have is odorless and water-based resin, this enables us to be able to print into a number of different environments. Schools, hotels, hospitals, as well as other indoor facilities. As we've reduced the chemicals that are required in the resin, our product is odorless and giving us access to these new markets. Lastly, but and certainly not the least, is our 76-inch large format textile printer, the F10000. Now, the F10000, given its 76-inch width, gives us customers the ability to print into a number of new areas: fashion, sportswear, home furnishings, promotional goods, as well as other soft signages. And the dye sublimation sector is growing and has been a sort of key area of focus of Epson over the past couple of years. And this device will only just enable our customers to be able to have more options and obviously increase productivity and speed with this device.
Do you believe the regional market has enough potential for growth and new opportunities? Have you seen any new markets like KSA, for example, come up with new opportunities in terms of continued business or new business as well?
Yes, and Epson has been investing in the Middle East for many years now. And most recently, we've expanded our office capacity in Saudi Arabia. We increased the office in the UAE in recent times, as well as we still continue to be increasing our headcount in the Middle East because we see opportunity in a number of different markets. Saudi Arabia, of course, is a key market where we see that we have ample space to grow, not only just in consumer, but in business ink, as well as in the commercial space of printing with our large format devices. Our point of sale and label printing products are definitely areas of growth in the Middle East. The Vision 2021 in the UAE, Vision 2030 in Saudi Arabia are all encouraging signs that growth in the Middle East is not only on the increase, but certainly it's going to have a sustainable future for the Epson brand going forward. We're looking forward to the Expo 2020 next year, I think that will open up a number of opportunities for customers within the region to come in, to see technology, to experience what is going to be the future of the region. And yes, Epson is certainly here to stay, and we will continue to expand our presence within the region, as well as expand the network of partners that we work with in this part of the world.
In a post-pandemic world, do you think companies should focus a lot on skills rather than roles of their employees?
This is an interesting question, to focus on roles or focus on skills, and I think it's important that we really focus on the skill set of our people in this post-pandemic world. We see that there are new technologies expanding in this new world, and the requirement for specialization is on the increase. And the aspect of robotics being introduced into the workplace, and we speak about this term of cobots that will enable users to be more effective by using robots to help them in their task, as well as to automate a number of aspects. And then the specialization of the development of new applications. Everything is becoming life as a service. So we need to see that our Epson technology is embedded into these new business opportunities, that we're able to deliver the right services, and then also be able to skill the channel to be able to deliver into this new world. So yes, a focus on skills is definitely important for the future.
Thanks, Jason, for joining us and talking to PrintPack. It was nice chatting with you.